A base model can sound polished and still know nothing about your actual company. If the agent cannot fetch the real policy, runbook, ticket trail, or wiki page, it is answering from general model memory instead of your operating knowledge. In the real world, company knowledge is scattered across many systems. It lives in documents, security policies, support tickets, change records, PDFs, and internal wikis, and the agent has to reach those sources at task time if you want an answer you can trust. That is what retrieval augmented generation means in practice. First, retrieve the right evidence, then let the model explain, summarize, or synthesize from that evidence instead of improvising from memory alone. The pipeline starts with ingestion. Senior teams pull text from approved sources like PDFs, wiki pages, tickets, and runbooks, then normalize that content into one document model with stable IDs and clean text before they ever think about embeddings. Then you chunk the content. Good chunking follows meaning instead of blind character counts, so headings, bullets, short procedures, and tightly related paragraphs stay together when they are retrieved later. Every chunk should keep strong metadata around it. You want document ID, version, effective date, document type, owner, source link, and sensitivity tags because those fields are what later enable filtering, freshness, and governance. After chunking, you create embeddings. An embedding converts each chunk into a numeric vector so, conceptually, similar pieces of knowledge sit near each other even when the wording is different. Those vectors go into a retrieval index built for fast nearest neighbor search. In production, many teams also keep a keyword lane for acronyms, ticket IDs, policy numbers, and exact product names that pure semantic search might miss. This is also where metadata filtering matters. The retriever should narrow the candidate set by tenant, team, region, product, document type, and classification before anything reaches the model prompt. At question time, the agent does more than copy the user sentence into search. It may rewrite the request into a retrieval query, add synonyms, preserve key entities, and decide which knowledge collections are even worth searching. Access control has to happen before chunks enter the prompt. If a user should not see another team policy or another customer ticket, the retriever must enforce that boundary upstream instead of hoping the model behaves politely later. The retriever often pulls more candidates than the prompt can hold. A re-ranker or scoring step then promotes the exact runbook step or policy paragraph that best fits the question so the final context is smaller and sharper. Only after retrieval do you assemble the answer prompt. The model gets the user question plus the selected chunks, and the instructions tell it to stay inside that evidence pack instead of wandering off into unsupported claims. Citations make the grounding inspectable. A good answer points back to source titles, sections, page numbers, or ticket links so the user can verify what the agent is claiming and open the original material if needed. Hallucination reduction starts with permission to stop. If the retrieved evidence is weak, contradictory, or missing, the agent should ask a follow-up question, say it does not have enough evidence, or route the user to the live system instead of pretending it knows. Internal knowledge changes constantly. Policies are revised, runbooks are improved, tickets are closed, and a retrieval index that never refreshes quietly turns yesterday's truth into today's confident mistake. Document versioning should be explicit as well. Store whether a chunk came from draft, approved, superseded, or archived content, along with effective dates so the retriever can prefer the right version instead of whichever one happened to match semantically. RAG still does not replace live systems of record. For changing facts like incident status, customer balances, deployment state, or current legal requirements, the agent should verify through the live API or database instead of trusting an older retrieved chunk. Your retrieval tier is a data access layer, so secure it like one. Keep source permissions attached at ingestion, encrypt data at rest and in transit, isolate tenants, and make sure the final prompt never mixes knowledge across the wrong boundary. You also need traces and evaluation. Log which chunks were retrieved, which filters were applied, which version IDs were selected, and whether the citations actually supported the answer, because that is how teams debug and improve the pipeline in production. Most RAG failures are mechanical, not mystical. Chunks can be too small, too large, badly OCR'd, missing metadata, incorrectly permissioned, or paired with a prompt that lets the model drift beyond what the evidence really says. So the production mental model is retrieve, filter, rank, ground, cite, and only then answer. RAG is not the model remembering your company. It is the system repeatedly bringing the right company knowledge into scope at the right moment. If you want an agent to speak safely about your business, make it prove what it says from retrieved sources instead of memory alone. That means good chunking, embeddings, vector search, metadata filtering, citations, freshness controls, access control, version awareness, and the discipline to abstain when evidence is weak.